Hello, welcome down onto the tech desk, and in today's video we're going to be installing a mod for our Xbox Series X's, and it's going to be the Extremerate RGB LED Fan mod, which basically means you're going to put LEDs around the top of your Series X and it looks dead smart. Okay, so everything you get in the kit you're going to need. You're only going to need one more thing, and that is either a heat gun or, as I'm going to use, a cheap hairdryer. That's anything extra you're going to need. I've got myself a magnetic pad here, but you don't need this. There's only going to be 5 screws you're taking out, and you don't need to worry about it. Because you get in the kit, you get your prying tool, which you're going to need, and you're going to need a T8 screwdriver, which it comes with. I found this perfectly fine, adequate to do the job, and everything else we'll run through on how to do it. Okay, I'll leave links down below where you can get hold of this kit, and just to make sure that when you're doing this kit, as soon as you remove anything from the Xbox, you're going to invalidate your warranty. So if you're worried about that, don't do this mod. Other than that, we're going to crack on. So make sure you've unpowered it, take the power cable out, flip it over to the back, and there are 2 screws here, one under there and one under there. And the way you take this off, this is just a sticker, and this is kind of just like a sticky bit. You're going to blast it with a bit of heat for a couple of minutes just to loosen off, and then we can peel them both off. So blast it with a bit of heat just for a minute or so. There we go. Once you've done that, it should be relatively easy. I mean, I've done this before, but it should be relatively easy to peel back, and that's the screw that we need. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave this. You can peel this off entirely if you want to. I just leave it half off because that's the only screw we need. And with this one, you're going to peel this completely off, and there's the screw that we need. So just put that piece to one side. Next up, what you want to do is you want to pop that screw out and that screw out using the included T8 screwdriver. Now once they're out, get your prying tool, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be prying in here and here, and you're just going to pop them 2 bits up. So if you go pop that in there like that, just hold it up. Okay, so once it's up, hold it up so it doesn't snap back in, so you kind of stick your thumb under it. And then with this one in here, and just pop this bit up. Dead simple, okay? So once it's popped up like that, all you're going to do is you're just going to pull it up towards the top of the Xbox. Like that, really easily comes out all the way up there, and at the top here you just slide it back and it comes out. Put this to one side, you won't be needing this till we put it back on, and this is the inside of your Xbox. We're going to be leaving all this, we're going to be focusing on this bit up here at the top where the fan is, and there's 3 screws you're going to want to take out. It's that one, and that one, again with your T8 screwdriver. Now once they're out, you see this cable here that runs into this bit here? You just need to pull this bit out, give it a bit of waggle, and out it comes. And then what we can do is you can pull the entire fan out. No resistance at all, easily take that out. Put this to one side, we're going to focus on the fan now. So with the fan, you get an included alcohol wipe, so just get that and just give it a bit of a clean, because it might be quite dusty. Give the fans a bit of a clean while you're here. Okay, just make sure that it's nice and clean in there, and then you get an included microfiber cloth as well. Just give it just dry it and make sure it's dry. Okay, now in the kit you're going to get this piece which has the LEDs on, and you're going to pull off the blue bit that sits all along there. So pull off that so it's all nice and sticky on the back there, which I've already done because I've already installed this. And then get the sticky dots. You get a load of sticky dots, get these, peel them off and stick them along the cable. Stick them along there at periodic points, just so you get nice and sticky dots like I've got there and there. I'm just going to put one final one on the end. There we go. And get the fan so it's facing you with the cable facing you, and you've got 3 holes. You're going to stick the end of the LEDs through there. So poke that all the way through like so, and then get them so they are stuck all along the inside top-ish of the fan. Once they're stuck in, what we're going to do now is get the Xbox back, and we need to clean this bit. So this bit here, this kind of black plastic bit in here, flat plastic bit, it's going to be dusty. So give it a bit of a wipe, get rid of all the dust, use the alcohol wipe that you get in the kit, give that a bit of a clean, just make sure it's nice and dry and clean. Because what we're going to do is we're going to be sticking this bit on it. Now in the kit, you get a sticky pad, so just peel that off, stick it onto the back of this, like so, and then get the fan, put it on your Xbox. What we need to do is peel this off so it's all sticky, and then we're going to stick it on here. But what we're going to do is going to be over this side of this bit, because we want these purple cables to be facing us, okay? So this one here needs to be poking out and that one needs to be poking out. So don't put it too far that side because it will crush against that. Just stick it there. Okay, so the cable's got nice and plenty of room to come out. Okay. Now once we're at that point, if you fold the cables down a bit, you're going to be putting the fan back in with this cable facing out towards you. So this kind of black cable needs to run down the side, and then just slot it in. And you'll see you've got a lot of kind of spare cable, but don't worry about that just yet, because we're going to be poking that down there. Now what you're going to do is you're going to get these three here. So this is from the fan, this is the male piece. Get the female end of the circuit board you've just put on and connect them together. And then get the other purple piece and just pop that into where you took it out of the fan. Sure that's in nice. And then all the excess cables, there's a convenient hole just under there. If you just poke them under there, keep them nice and secure. So they're all nice in there. Now we're going to start screwing it back up. So again, 3 screws, 1, 2, and 3. Get them screwed up with your T8 screwdriver. Then once they're in, get your back plate again. At the top, where there's kind of a lip, you need to poke that underneath the top of the Xbox in there first, and then push it down. And it's just a case of simply snapping it down. Dead simple, okay? Done that. Now I'm going to get that screw in there, and that screw back in there. Then once they're in, I'm going to replace this sticker. Get it lined up and push it on, like so. And then we're going to replace this bit. Like so. And we're done. Now with the remote, there are 39 different modes, okay? I'm going to spend a couple of minutes and I'm just going to rattle through a lot of them. But on the remote, the bottom button here is power. That is autoplay, so you can play with all different modes. The plus and the minus are the brightness, and the arrow up and arrow down are for the different modes. So what you can do is once you've got this plugged back in, press your power. There we go. And then we're just going to spend a couple of minutes adjusting the different modes that you've got.